Officer Brian Kessler believed his badge shielded him from accountability, but when he targeted single mother and paralegal Janelle Carter, he underestimated her resolve. What began as a routine traffic stop spiraled into a courtroom showdown that exposed a pattern of police misconduct and toppled a corrupt officer's career. This is the story of how one woman's fight for justice turned a predator in uniform into a cautionary tale. Janelle Carter was 34 years old in the fall of 2022, a Black single mother living in Columbus, Ohio. She worked as a paralegal at a small law firm, balancing long hours with raising her 12-year-old son, Malik. Janelle was known for her sharp mind and unwavering work ethic, having earned her paralegal certification while working night shifts at a call center. She lived in a modest apartment in Linden, a working-class neighborhood, and dreamed of saving enough to buy a house. Her life was demanding but stable, centered on Malik and her goal of one day attending law school. On a chilly October evening, Janelle was driving home from the grocery store, Malik in the passenger seat, when a police cruiser's lights flashed behind her. She pulled over on Cleveland Avenue, her heart racing but her demeanor calm. She'd been stopped before. Minor traffic checks were common in her neighborhood, but something about this felt different. The officer, Brian Kessler, a 15-year veteran of the Columbus Division of Police, approached her window. He was tall, with a stern face and a reputation among locals for aggressive stops. Kessler claimed Janelle had run a red light, a charge she calmly denied, pointing out the light was green when she crossed the intersection. Malik, watching silently, gripped his seat. Kessler's tone grew sharp, demanding her license, registration, and proof of insurance. Janelle complied, handing over the documents, but Kessler lingered, shining his flashlight into the car, asking where she was going and why she was out so late. Janelle answered politely, explaining she'd been grocery shopping. Kessler then ordered her out of the vehicle, claiming he smelled marijuana, a lie, as Janelle didn't smoke and had no drugs in the car. Janelle stepped out, instructing Malik to stay calm and record the interaction on his phone. Kessler patted her down, his hands lingering longer than necessary, making her skin crawl. When she protested, he twisted her arm, slamming her against the car and cuffing her. Malik's video captured Janelle wincing in pain, asking what she'd done wrong. Kessler's response was a snarl. "Keep talking, and it'll get worse." He searched the car, finding nothing, but arrested Janelle for obstructing official business and resisting arrest. Malik, terrified, was left with a neighbor who arrived after Janelle called her from the cruiser. At the police station, Janelle was booked and held for 6 hours before being released on bail, paid by her sister, Tanya. Her arm was bruised and her confidence shaken, but her anger was palpable. She retrieved Malik, who showed her the video he'd recorded. It was shaky but clear. Janelle had been cooperative, Kessler's actions unprovoked. Janelle saved the footage, her paralegal instincts kicking in. She knew this wasn't just a bad stop, it was abuse of power. The next morning, Janelle contacted her boss, attorney Marcus Reed, who specialized in civil litigation. Reed listened to her account, watched Malik's video, and agreed to take her case pro bono. He filed a formal complaint with the Columbus Division of Police's Internal Affairs Bureau, demanding Kessler's body camera footage, the dashcam video, and all records of the stop. The department responded with delays, claiming the footage was under review. Reed also filed a federal lawsuit against Kessler and the city, alleging excessive force, false arrest, and racial profiling, citing data showing disproportionate stops of Black drivers in Columbus. Janelle wasn't waiting for the system to work. She began researching Kessler, using her paralegal skills to dig into public records. She found 3 prior complaints against him for excessive force, all dismissed, and 2 lawsuits settled quietly by the city. A pattern emerged. Kessler targeted women, often Black or Latina, during late-night stops, accusing them of minor infractions before escalating to arrests. Janelle reached out to community groups, asking if others had similar experiences. 2 women, a nurse named Carla Diaz and a teacher named Simone Wells, contacted her, sharing stories of Kessler's harassment during traffic stops. Neither had pursued complaints, fearing retaliation, but they agreed to support Janelle's case. Janelle's lawsuit gained traction when Malik's video was leaked to a local news outlet, sparking outrage. The hashtag Justice for Janelle trended on social media, and protests formed outside the police station, with dozens holding signs reading "Stop Kessler" and "Protect Black Women." Janelle spoke at a rally, her voice steady despite her nerves. "I'm a mother, a worker, a citizen," she said. "I didn't deserve this, and neither does anyone else." The crowd cheered, and her story spread, picked up by national outlets like CNN and The Washington Post. Kessler, meanwhile, was placed on paid administrative leave, a move that infuriated the community. The police union defended him, claiming he'd acted within policy. Janelle knew better. She and Reed kept digging, securing a court order for the body camera and dashcam footage. The videos, when finally released, were damning. Kessler's pat-down was invasive, his tone threatening, and the dashcam showed the light was green, contradicting his report. The footage also captured him muttering a racial slur after cuffing Janelle, a detail that hadn't been in the official record. The trial began in July 2023, 9 months after the stop. The courtroom was packed, with activists, reporters, and community members filling the seats. Kessler, dressed in a suit, sat stone-faced, his lawyer arguing Janelle had been uncooperative and Kessler feared for his safety. Reed dismantled the defense, presenting the videos, medical records of Janelle's bruises, and testimony from Carla and Simone, who described Kessler's pattern of targeting women. Malik, now 13, took the stand, his voice trembling but clear as he recounted watching his mother's arrest. "She didn't do anything," he said. "He hurt her for no reason." Janelle testified last, her paralegal precision shining through. She detailed the stop, the humiliation, and the aftermath. Sleepless nights, Malik's nightmares, and the whispers at work about her, trouble with the law. She spoke of her faith in justice, despite the system's flaws. "I'm here for my son," she said, looking at Kessler. "And for every woman you thought you could silence." The jury, visibly moved, took just 3 hours to find Kessler liable for excessive force, false arrest, and civil rights violations. The city was ordered to pay Janelle $2.5 million and Kessler was fired, facing criminal charges for assault and falsifying reports. The verdict was a turning point. The Columbus Division of Police faced a Department of Justice investigation, uncovering a broader pattern of misconduct. 47 excessive force complaints in 5 years, most unresolved, and a culture of protecting officers like Kessler. The city implemented reforms, including mandatory de-escalation training, body camera audits, and a civilian oversight board. Janelle, using her settlement, bought a house for herself and Malik and started a scholarship fund for single mothers pursuing legal careers. Janelle's fight didn't end in court. She became an advocate, speaking at community forums and testifying before city council on police reform. She enrolled in law school part-time, determined to become an attorney. Malik, inspired by his mother, joined a youth leadership program, vowing to make things better. Janelle's story inspired others to come forward, with 5 more women filing complaints against Kessler, leading to his conviction in 2024. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison, a rare outcome for a police officer. By early 2025, Janelle was a local hero, her name synonymous with courage. She mentored young women in Linden, teaching them their rights during police encounters. Her law firm promoted her to senior paralegal, and her professors praised her legal acumen. The reforms she'd pushed for saved lives. A 2024 report showed a 30% drop in excessive force complaints in Columbus. Janelle's nonprofit, Justice for All, provided legal aid to victims of police misconduct, funded by her settlement and donations. Kessler thought his badge made him untouchable, but Janelle Carter proved him wrong. She wasn't just a paralegal or a mother, she was a force, exposing a predator and sparking change. Her story, told in courtrooms and communities, became a beacon, reminding everyone that justice, when fought for, could triumph over even the most entrenched power.